very honest review. And I'm going to help you analyze, understand it. Brooke, their mother, this and read off the list. Asked her, does your daughter do dangerous maneuvers? She said, no. Is your daughter consistent? Is she 10 miles over the limit? No. Does your daughter, excuse my improper English, does your daughter disobey signs or signals? She said no. Does your daughter speed 10 or more over the limit? She thought no. Does your daughter do dangerous maneuvers? She said no. Does your daughter strike an object? I'm going to show you Brooklyn's neighborhood. This is Brooklyn neighborhood. Really beautiful, very nice. Is your daughter identifying targets and hazards? For instance, there are a lot of kids who play over here, out on the road. Does your daughter recognize a dangerous environment? Because a lot of drivers, and Brooklyn is 21, she's not 18, she's not 16, she's not 15. Her dad did want her to start driver education later, and that's a lot of parents who do that. They are kind of overprotective. Again, I'm in this industry, so I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? Does your daughter fail to yield? Like, this curve is dangerous. Brooklyn might drift off to the left side or the right side. This intersection we're coming to, I see a car coming because I looked behind the house. We're by a canal. I'm turning on my left turn signal. Okay? I'm identifying hazards. We have to yield. This is a partially controlled intersection. Thank you. I saw that car come in to the left. I'm yielding. I'm looking left and right. I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm looking left, I'm looking right. Brooklyn does this, but it's really slow. I'm gonna do Brooklyn. She's slow like this, and she's slow like this. What's up? How you doing? And then I'm gonna look and go into the turn. Like this car, I saw this car coming because I have peripheral vision. And these roads are very beautiful, but they're deadly because you can't see cars coming on round to the right. Kids speed through here. Little kids are here, and these are typical hazards you and I would see. Okay? I'm telling you now, when I'm driving with Brooklyn, I'm going to be driving the car, and then we're going to practice expressway, but I have to drive because she has limitations. We're coming up to a stop. Brooklyn would overshoot, like for instance, I am waiting. Then I'm going to make my turn. Brooklyn hesitates, and that could cause confusion. Where you and I are driving, we make the decision, we process. Brooklyn, listen to me guys, Brooklyn processes information at a slower rate. So it looks like or fail. Some coaches, they don't do anything. But I teach with passion and love. Some of you who've been watching me like, yeah, bro, you real. I keep it real, okay? And this is the road that Brooklyn's on. So you can imagine, and it's beautiful, you can imagine being on this road and going too fast. Now, is Brooklyn veering to the left, crossing the yellow, double yellow, automatic failure? Is she veering to the right, going off the road? You would lose a point, but if you keep going off, you would fail. My fifth or sixth time, use my having her daughter, but I had a meeting with her mom and dad, and we talked about what are Brooklyn's goals to drive independently. First, get her license. Next, she's got to be able to drive independently and make decisions on her own. Her cognitive processing skills are a little delayed. She's not dumb at any means. She's in college. She's going into her junior year. She's not dumb. Okay, I want to say that. You see this beautiful sun? Okay? The light's red. Brooklyn sees it a little late. And remember, she doesn't have use of her feet. she uses her hand control, so the car kind of lunges forward a little bit. Those of you who are out here listening to me, I need you to reach out to people, and I don't know where to reach to. Maybe I should go in a Facebook group and share this journey, because I'm learning. Let's go back to this road. Brooklyn, accelerate slowly. This is a Buick Enclave that we're driving. I'm describing the car. It's got like 30,000 miles because the people who used it were elderly and they're deceased. They gave her the car and they gave her money also because she was just so caring and loving. Brooklyn either goes over the limit, like it's 35 or 40 through here. She used to go like 10 or 20 over. I'm like, girl, you gotta slow down. Okay, you see that beautiful sun over there. It's definitely a beautiful picture. But now she's more consistent. Okay. Brooklyn will either drift to the right a little bit, which is, if I had to choose, I would rather drift to the right. If she drifts to the left, she's going to go in front of oncoming traffic. And remember, her left hand is at the bottom. Okay, that motorcycle's not tuned. Her left hand is at the bottom, B-O-T-T-O-M, the bottom of the steering wheel. And she has her left hand either her left hand is face down. And I told her to try a different position. Her mother was like, no, she will fatigue faster. Okay? But I need to drive Brooklyn's car on this road. Now, many of you say, oh, it's easy. No. Let's get you on this curvy road by the Air Force Base. And a lot of people go underspeed or overspeed and you'll crash. And I need to have some glasses that are Brooklyn's vision, because I need to become more like Brooklyn to help Brooklyn. This is why the next time we're going to be driving, and I'm going to drive her vehicle on this curvy road, and I'm going to see what it feels like. I just drove around her neighborhood, and it was kind of petrifying, a little bit scary, right? She goes a little slow fast sometimes. She's inconsistent. Like this curve, she would start veering to the right. And I'm like, girl, slow down. Now, we see the green, and then she would go in slow, like I'm just squeezing the brake and accelerating. Now, I'm pushing the gas. Now, imagine, I'm looking at Brooklyn's face. I'm looking at her like, are you looking where you're going? And sometimes, like, you can see the background, like I'm slowly accelerating. And this is not a fast car. We're almost up to 60. Brooklyn's car accelerates kind of middle. Okay, whoa. Okay, I'm on 75, let me slow down. Can you see the car passing me? Brooklyn has to be able to merge out consistently. I want to show you this. We're in the right lane. She's got to be able to merge out, get up to speed, check her mirror, turn signal, blind spot. And we're holding about 75 miles an hour, okay? And I want to lift my foot. That's kind of how Brooklyn drives. That car up there, she kind of hugs. Okay, now I'm lifting my foot. I'm trying to drive like Brooklyn right now. That's what Brooklyn does. And it's scary. But my job is to help her. And I'm brutally honest, okay? Because we got into a little issue with a motorcycle tonight. The guy did not have a helmet. We had the green light, but Brooklyn was so slow at turning and processing and accelerating. The motorcycle just cut. We basically almost hit. And I said, Brooklyn, I made a mistake. I own it. How many of your dads or uncles or instructors would own it? And I said, Brooklyn, I set you up for failure. And I told her that. And she said, thank you, Myles. You told me to go. And I laughed. And I said, yeah, you're right. I made a mistake. And I owned it. But that's kind of like this car ahead of us. This car ahead of us, that's how they drive. That's how she drives. She's either hugging the left or hugging the right. That's what she does. And I don't know if her muscles are getting fatigued. I don't know if she's losing strength because she's driving with one hand. She has to drive with her left hand, and she's left hand dominant. See, no blinkers. Sometimes Brooklyn does that, but that's the easy fix. Brooklyn can maintain speed. Let's get in Brooklyn's mind right now, because Brooklyn cannot go on the expressway yet. But I'm going to drive Brooklyn's car, and we're going to look at it. Now, Brooklyn would go in too fast, and then her mom says she's abrupt. So I'm going to try to be abrupt. And then Brooklyn does this. You can roll your car over. That happened to my cousin in an F-150. We have two hands. And a lot of you say, I drive with one hand. No, you're not. You get ready to crash. And on your road test, if you drive with one hand, that's automatic failure. So a lot of you say that, but you're not doing that. And then we have to get over to the left. So Brooklyn is very slow at doing maneuvers, and cars are very, I repeat, very impatient. I'm going to go to the back view. I know it's a beautiful view. Brooklyn is very, not hesitant, but slow. There's a difference between hesitant, like you making a left turn and you're scared, and then you make a slow left turn. Both are dangerous. Like I'm making a right turn right. Sorry guys, I'm tripping. I'm making my turn, and I go in really slow. Sometimes Brooklyn goes in slow. She's slow accelerating out. She's slow getting into her turn. She's slow at turning out. And we multitask, right? And what I need to do is take Brooklyn to this area. I'm going to go around this loop, and I'm going to show you what Brooklyn does. Now, this car does not have a spinner wheel. I do not have hand controls. But from my experience, I'm driving like Brooklyn. When she reaches for her blinker's on the left, she'll kind of lunge for, so the car will kind of do this. And Brooklyn, I'm going to try to pretend I have a spinner. Brooklyn will do this. I'm actually palming the wheel with one hand. Okay, and if I slip, I'll crash this car. I'm not trying to crash this car. So what I need to do is take Brooklyn to this area. I see the elderly people coming out, no cap. And I'm just going to go, you see them walking out, they're like, you gonna respect us, boy, right? And I'm respecting them because that's who I am. This is what I have to teach Brooklyn. Many of you are like, as you should, because you're an instructor. And you're right. I am an instructor, and I'm gonna teach her the right way. If she's dangerous, I'm gonna tell her, slow down. If she's doing it right, I'm gonna say, Brooklyn, you're doing good. Because we're gonna be honest. Okay, there's another couple. I'm yielding. I'm slowing down. If Brooklyn doesn't do this, she's dangerous. I'm yielding for the pedestrians. Those of you watching, you're like, yes, you are. And you should be. Okay? I'm moving forward. I'm going up. Now, I have to look left and right. I'm showing you. And sometimes Brooklyn, I see her looking, but it's like she's got to lean all the way forward and do all this. I'm like, Brooklyn, can you turn your neck and look this way? I've got to ask her those, and I'm being extra slow because there's a car here. I'm being extra slow, and this is what Brooklyn does, okay? And I'm looking. You and I take this for granted. Checking traffic, we take for granted. Brooklyn, it's life and death. It's life and death for all of us, but I talked to her dad. He said, I want to make sure she is safe. Brooklyn might not be able to drive by herself, ever, but we're giving Brooklyn, listen to me, we're giving Brooklyn the opportunity to get a piece of independence. And that's what all of you, some of you understand this, some of you don't, right? I'm looking left and I'm pretending I'm Brooklyn. Brooklyn will go really slow. There's the car here. Most of us are able-bodied. We just hit the gas and go. I'm showing you this car so you don't think I'm lying, right? And then Brooklyn, I'm showing you, I'm driving like Brooklyn is very slow. Not slow down. She's at slow decision making. Okay? They're on the wrong side. They went around that black minivan. What is going on? And if Brooklyn did that, that's automatic failure. What the heck? Now, I have a stop sign, so Brooklyn would do this. Stop real hard or overshoot. I'm going to show you. I'm going to overshoot the stop sign. That could be failure also. So I'm telling her to stop, and I'm going to back up a little bit. There's no one here. So before you start coming for me in the comments, There's no one here behind me. Okay, I'm going to show you. There's no one here behind me. Okay, and I'm looking. I'm trying to show you. I'm checking. You see me looking in mirrors. I'm checking. And I need to have Brooklyn. I can't even talk. I'm going to have Brooklyn do some reverse maneuvers. So Brooklyn overshoots stop signs sometimes. And they hired me for one reason, to prepare her for the road test. And guys, I have some dynamic videos. You're going to cry. We went there. We touched the building. We prayed. We touched the building. I said, God, pray for Brooklyn. She's going to make it. Now, I need to take Brooklyn here because this area, and you've seen it before, this area teaches you to stop. But you probably say, the stop sign is covered up by leaves. So what? That's an excuse. I stop. And then I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm looking. She does not have extra mirrors, but I need to get her one of those big, larger mirrors so she can look, because she is maybe 5'1", 5'2". I'm like 6'4", almost 6'5". So maybe she needs to have that mirror so she can see. You're right. That's a good one. Okay, I'm looking left, looking right. I'm going to turn the wheel. I don't see her doing that enough. The girl's going to get hit by a car, and we don't want that. Or she accelerates out very slow. She's not a teen. She's 21. She's going back to college in August. Okay, so we got to start driving 2 times a week. We did Monday and this Friday. So I'm looking. This is what she does. She'll kind of look like this. Like, I'm looking at the A-pillar. The A-pillar is obstructing my view. I'm showing you this. And then I turn out. Okay, it's kind of like you got a cramp in your neck, and it's hard. I'm driving like Brooklyn right now. Our car's on me. And that's how Brooklyn drives. She's just driving. I'm at 10. I'm really too slow. Our car's on me right now. You see them, okay? And I want you to see these people. Yield for these people. Go slow. I'm making eye time. I'm showing you what I'm doing. Okay, I'm probably pissing these people off, but I don't care. Okay, I'm really confusing all these drivers, but see, she waved at me. I got to wave. Okay, I'm supposed to yield. I don't care about this car behind me. They're getting pissed off. I don't care. I'm yielding. Brooklyn needs to learn this. So she needs to come here, go here like 4 or 5 times and be consistent. Okay, because I am treating Brooklyn consistent. I'm not giving her favoritism. She doesn't go to this road test and let's say you pass. If she's dangerous, she gonna fail. I told her parents this. If she runs a light, hits a curb, dangerous maneuver, she fails. And Brooklyn is paying out of pocket for this. Okay? I'm gonna show you what Brooklyn does. Now, we have to look left and right. I'm looking before I get here. There's a vehicle coming. I want you to see this. I'm not making it up. Okay? Now, I don't have my blinker on. This truck, you might not be able to see it. You can't. Now I'm making a right turn. Brooklyn has a spinner knob, so if I'm spinning, I'm using one hand. See, this is my left hand. This is my right hand. You'll see the car going right and going left. I'm spinning. I'm using the palm of my hand, trying to simulate a spinner. And her spinner's at about the 11 o'clock position. I'm turning with my left hand balled up. And it's hard to control. You see the car going left to right. I'm going to flip angles. You see the car going right, going left. Sometimes this is how she drives. And what I need to do is come here with her car, have her watching, so I can see how her approach to learning. Okay, now, sorry guys, I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm looking left and right. This is what we would do. Brooklyn would do this. Really slow. Really slow. I don't know how much she can move her neck. Turn in my blinker. Okay, guys, you got to see this. I'm not making this up. I want you to see these birds coming by. I'm not making this up. I want you to see Mother Nature. Come on, birds. I'm gonna back up a little bit. It's like a bunch of them. I want you to see this. It's like a whole. You see those birds? 1, 2. It's the mother. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6. It's about 8 of them, 10 of them. Guys, I can't make this up. Isn't this crazy? Look how beautiful nature is out here. Okay, I know you're saying, you tripping, bro. I love life. Okay? Isn't that beautiful? I want you to see this. But Brooklyn, like, sometimes people here don't use blinkers. Poor lane line reference. I'm gonna move up, down. I'm going to stop. We're gonna go. I'm gonna have a complete stop. Then I'm gonna proceed. Brooklyn doesn't. She's not as consistent as we are. It takes her a longer time to process. So, from talking to you, and I'm talking to you, we need to take her to this area to get her to process. And I'm looking to the left, and I'm being very slow and deliberate, lining up like Brooklyn. There's a car coming. I'm moving up. It's called showing the car. This car came across my face. Now I make my turn, blinker on, so you can't come from my head. And I'm going out slow, gradually. And I'm going to keep moving. And I'm looking. Now, Brooklyn would have to reach forward, and then all of us, I'm showing you what we do. We look to the right. I'm looking to the right. And if I'm looking to the right so I don't hit the curb. I see the double yellow, and then I see the line. So this would fatigue Brooklyn really easily. So I don't want to overload her, but she's got to show me mastery of steering maneuvers. She doesn't do hand over hand. She's not doing 8 and 4 or 9 and 3. She's doing a spinner knob. I want to be clear on this, okay? And I'm checking traffic, yielding. So there's a lot of moving parts here. Brooklyn can't make sharp turns. I have to tell her early. Okay, we're going to go around again, because the more you go around here, the more you learn. And Brooklyn, the first couple of times, she'll be overwhelmed. The third time, she'll start to understand. The fourth time, she'll understand more. But pedestrians are inconsistent. Okay, like this lady grabbed her daughter because kids don't know better. Brooklyn is not a kid. She is 21. She's going to be going back to college in mid-August. We're shooting for the second week in August, and I'm looking left, looking right. So Brooklyn will look very slow to the left, very slow. Like she's tired. She will look. That's how Brooklyn will look. Okay? And we take looking left and right for nothing. And I'm turning out. And it's a full moon, my baby. Oh, right? You know I'm crazy. But she is getting better. And then her mom and dad are the final judges, right? And I've been through this too. She lives with her parents, right? She won't be living with her parents here, but she's got to be able-bodied. She doesn't. I'm looking left and right. And if you just watch when someone drives, and Brooklyn said, "Mom, you tailgate, leave room." I've been driving Mr. Myles. So, and I said, "Mom and Dad, she's been watching you since she's been 0, right? Because parents, you are the." I'm gonna squeeze the brake and slow down and stop. I'm gonna show you this. And Brooklyn has this hand control that kind of jerks. I'm gonna go around this course again. You have to experience it. And when I drive her car, you're going to see the experience where we have a hand control on the left and a spinner knob on the steering wheel at the between the 10 and 11 o'clock position. I'm going to come up to the edge, and Brooklyn would do this, but sometimes her car surges like this, and it's kind of scary. Like, are you going to stop? And then, yeah, I'm going to stop, right? And then we are looking like this car does not have a blinker on. I'm confused. What is this car doing? This will confuse me. No freaking blinker. What are you doing? Okay, that's how important a blinker is. What are they doing? Okay, and I'm scanning. Now, Brooklyn hasn't driven at night either. I don't know how her night vision is. There's so many moving parts to this. Like I'm scanning left and right. I see a little girl skipping and hopping, turning on my blinker, and I'm scanning. And we're going to take Brooklyn. Either Brooklyn is really wide to the left, or what to write. I have her medical report, and I have to become a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, to understand how she moves. Now I'm going to make a left turn here, and then in Brooklyn, she would have a spinner knob. Either she's really wide, almost side-swiping the white minivan, or she's really tight, okay? Now let's review about Brooklyn's journey. And I'm being honest when I asked her mother this, okay? I asked her mother, do you have to intervene when she drives? She said, no. A mom is not going to lie. Number 2, does she disobey regulatory standards and signals? Her mom said no. I'm like, good. Speeding 10 or over limit. Her mom said no. But in the beginning, she was 20 over or 10 under. She was very inconsistent. You can fail really quick if you go over the limit. If you are 10 under, you're going to have a restricted license. She already has a restricted license. She can't drive on an expressway. She has a TIP, which is a temporary instruction permit, for those of you who don't know. Next, dangerous maneuvers. Her mother said no. Pulling out in front of a truck. Pulling out in front of a car. Did she strike an object? Her mother said no. I said, great. Failed to yield. Her mother said no, she does not fail to yield. Sorry about the glare. Next. Does she identify tigers? Her mom was a little bit confused. In the neighborhood, little kids. In the school zone, little kids. On the main road, potholes, dogs, cats, cars pulling out. She said, yeah, but Brooklyn hesitates. Next, turns head to identify tigers. Her mom said, yes. But in order for Brooklyn to pass the test, I got to see her turning her head. You're making a turn to the right? A lot of beginner drivers say just use their eyes, right? Like you're scared to look. We have to look where we are going. Next, able to judge stopping distance in seconds. Occasionally, she's inconsistent. A lot of beginners, when the light turns, Brooklyn is very slow accelerating off. And if I tell her to hit the gas hard, it'll fly off. I always say squeeze the brake. I don't say hit the brake, because what do drivers do? They hit the brake, boom, we get rear-ended. Remember, Brooklyn is not in a driver's ed car. She's in an adapted car with a spinner knob at the 11 o'clock position. She's not at 9. I'm looking at my steering wheel. 9, 10, 12. Her spinner knob is between the 10 and 11 o'clock, about 10:30. That top left. She's at about a 10:30, 12. She's about a 10:30 or 10:45 hand positioning. Spinner knob. Turns her head, identifying target. She does. I've got to remind her more and more because she has to learn this. Check mirrors regularly. We need to get Brooklyn a huge blind spot mirror, but she's still got to look over her shoulder. And I need to become Brooklyn's height, meaning sink really low in the seat and then get that properly adjusted. Next, uses 8 and 4, 9 and 3. Nope. Brooklyn uses her hand. Multiple mirrors, yes. Uses proper hand position. She has a spinner knob. Selects nearest lane. Her mom said, yes, she does select the nearest lane. Checks traffic signs and signals. Yes, she does. Verbalizes adequate gap for maneuvers. Yes, she does. But she's hesitant. And a lot of that can mean we get hit. That can mean on a road test, she'll get hit. Next, completes in the proper lane most of the time. I want to show you this right now. Like, these people are walking by, a person who's walking by, these are hazards. These are dangers. This lady is looking out of her back window. Brooklyn, I don't know if she can turn her neck like that. You feel me? So, like, this lady is looking, see her turning? She's turning her head. We need to see more of these parking entry and exit maneuvers. Like, parking lots right here are very dangerous. I need to take Brooklyn in this parking lot, and I can't train her like a two-handed person. I had to pick and choose because she'll get tired. She'll get fatigued. Like this guy's front end's a little bit over, okay? But she needs to know the maneuverability. She needs to know how much to turn the wheel, right? And a lot of us take this for granted. These parking maneuvers, these stall maneuvers, these angle maneuvers. She takes this for granted. But I am here to help. What do you guys think? Okay, as we're here in the parking lot, you see this person backing out. They're looking left. They're looking right. Okay, I don't like those dark tinted windows in that because you can't see. She turns. She's turning hand over hand. That lady's turning hand over hand. This couple's arguing in the car. He's like, stop talking to me. Right? And they're talking. Okay? And we got to go into a parking lot with cars, working on our maneuvers, working on, and then I asked her, let me go back. This is your masterclass. I asked her, I went through the list. Does Brooklyn automatically put on seatbelt? She said yes. Does Brooklyn, let me go from here. Does Brooklyn maintain proper speed at all times? She said yes. Does Brooklyn maintain safe following distance, a minimum of a 3-second gap? No. Does Brooklyn identify, understand, and respond appropriately to traffic signs and signals? She said yes. Does Brooklyn demonstrate proper use of mirrors and checks before stopping and starting? No. Does Brooklyn understand different vehicle capabilities and effectively shares the road with all road users? Sometimes. Next, effectively manages risk in the dangerous driving environment, a neighborhood, a parking lot, where we are now. Demonstrates the ability to select the best gap and avoid hesitation. Does Brooklyn yield to pedestrians? So there's a lot of unanswered questions. But I'm taking you on this journey. And we're going to try to set up a date next week where I'm going to get the car to I-94, and then I'm going to drive with the hand controls, the spinner knob, the hand brake and gas thing, and we're going to practice merging. I'm going to merge out normally. Then I'm going to merge out slow like Brooklyn, I think she would. Then I'm going to merge out jerky like Brooklyn. Then I'm going to have the mirror properly adjusted. Brooklyn will lose a point if she doesn't check over her shoulder. She needs to attempt and check like a quarter of a turn. I think she can do that. And I think she says one thing to me, and then her mom and dad are the truth. So I need to ask these questions about mobility in front of her mom and dad, because I'm not saying she will say anything to me, but she will pass, but she's got to earn it. And she's got to be consistent. And that's what I want all of you to do, is earn it and be consistent, right? Up says 7 mirrors. If we look at it, there's one mirror here in the middle, one mirror to the right, to the left, that's 2. The third mirror is to the right, that's 3. I need to look at that. I need to find out how much she can turn. Because really on your test, you just need to turn here just to check, because my blind spot is like where that back door is. I just need to check, just demonstrate. Okay? Because I have everything right here. Okay? Her parents have shared her physical therapy report. I'm sharing the road test. This is public knowledge. But I'm holding her to the high standard, and I should. I need all of you to subscribe, because I want us to continue to join Brooklyn's journey. I need all of us to pray for a moment for Brooklyn's mental health and safety, because it is real out here. Her parents are concerned, can Brooklyn do this on her own? If Brooklyn goes off the road, was she undercorrect, overcorrect? There's a lot of things to think about. And I really have to think carefully and be consistent. There are a lot of people coming in and around me, and I don't like people coming in and around me because I feel like I'm smothered. Okay? I feel a little claustrophobic. Like Brooklyn driving in downtown Detroit. downtown Manhattan, New York, the mecca of it all, downtown Chicago. We need to see her when she's overwhelmed in a safe and controlled fashion. Because a lot of you just see these instructional videos when there are only a few cars around. A lot of you see these instructional videos when there are 4, 5, 6 cars around. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. A semi-truck behind it. Could Brooklyn merge up with a semi-truck? Don't know. Could Brooklyn stop if there's a huge backup? Don't know. Because she has a restricted license. So we need to try to simulate her driving, and my license is not restricted. So I need to have her give me feedback so I can show her what that feels like. Okay, it's like us being in Brooklyn shoes with those hand crutches, arm crutches. Okay, it's like Brooklyn jumping into the car and she hits the gas and the thing backs up real fast out of the driveway. You feel like you're about to hit a car, but that's how her hand controls are. It's not hers, her hand controls. So this is a journey, and I want all of you to support me, her, in this journey, because I'm going to give you honest feedback. And she said, am I going to pass? I said, you'll pass if you do these things. You have good speed control. You have good lane line reference. We're together. Subscribe to hear Brooklyn stories. Subscribe because we're going to take you through the journey of driving. Subscribe because you want to be notified. I do a lot of long form videos, but then I edit those into shorts. I'm going from the short videos to more long form. And when one of the shorts catch you, look at it, but then play that next video because you're going to learn a lot. I'm talking more about vision, depth perception, color accuracy, static images, because we want to understand Brooklyn's journey, and this is making me a better instructor. And then when you are doing the ride along with me, such as this car, you'll be able to say, oh yeah, I see the car drifting. Or like we see this vehicle coming in from left to right. We'll know what to do. Okay? So subscribe, 24 years of experience. We all want to help support Brooklyn, because the goal is to have her pass her road test. And it's my task, my journey, to prepare her. And I'm not going to take her to the road tester if she is not ready. And I told her that. So she's got to be able to make a left turn on her own. She's got to be able to merge on her own. Okay? So I'm going to let you go. Bye, guys.